the first thing you think about an eagle is you think of vision, because vision is what makes the eagle the king of birds. An eagle has the capacity to see from 5 miles up in the sky in detail. That's what makes him the most powerful bird, his eyesight, the power of vision. And when you think of vision, one of the most important things you got to understand as we deal with this subject is that vision is the key to your life having meaning, power of personal and corporate vision. Write that down. Vision itself has the nature of destroying barriers. As a matter of fact, vision itself demands the destruction of barriers, because vision is the capacity to see beyond the barriers. Proverbs chapter 4 verse 7 says a simple statement. It says, wisdom is supreme, so get wisdom. And if it costs you all you have, get what? Understanding. I love that. There are 3 words that are normally linked together, and that is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But most people don't understand what they are and how they work. So let me give you a quick understanding of the 3 concepts that made Solomon such an impactful and an influential leader. He understood the difference between the 3. First of all, knowledge is information. Write that down. Understanding is comprehension. Everybody see comprehension. But wisdom is application. That's why wisdom is supreme, because you can know something but not understand it. You can understand it and not apply it. So nothing is complete until it becomes wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge understood, applied. That's why wisdom is more important than knowledge, because a smoking doctor is a sign of someone who has knowledge but no wisdom. You can have knowledge and you can kill yourself, destroy yourself, because you're not applying it. It's very important. So knowledge is the key to success when you get knowledge applied. Let's talk about this power of visionary leadership. No bird flies higher than an eagle. Do you know why? Because the eagle has the capacity to set its pinions, which is these bones in the wing that actually rides the currents, and eagles fly into hurricanes. They fly into storms. Why? Because they use storms to push them higher. That's why they're eagles. That's why they are kings of the birds. When an eagle is at its height in flight, it never meets another bird except it's an eagle. Because only eagles can fly at that altitude. Therefore, if you keep running into pigeons, you are flying too low. You can tell where you are at in life by who you keep meeting. Gossiping people, murmuring people, complaining people. You can tell where you are flying by who you keep attracting. That's why Jesus knew he was stuck with his family, but he could choose his friends. So he selected his friends based on his vision. He chose his associations based on his destination. And that's the way you need to live. God will allow you to meet certain people because he wants to bring you to a higher level. If you're going to fly at a certain level, you got to meet people at that level so they can bring you up to that level. Eagles don't fly with other birds. When you are a leader, you're not comfortable with people who don't dream big. You're not comfortable with complainers, critics, slanderers. And this is why the Bible says if you're going to be great, you can't keep company with people who are not great. Solomon says if you keep company with people who are not great, you will not be great yourself. So choose your friends based on your destination. A couple of things about the eagle that makes him unique, and this is important for leadership development in your personal life. And in number one, the greatest gift God ever gave man is not the gift of sight, but the gift of vision. Why? Because sight is a function of the eyes, but vision is a function of the heart. As a matter of fact, God never intended for you to live by your eyes. Your eyes are the enemy of your vision. Why? Because sight is limited to the capacity of the eyes. But vision is limited only to the boundaries of your imagination. That's why the Bible says you must walk by faith and not by sight. Sight is dangerous. I have come to teach you how to live with your eyes closed. Your problem, son, is your eyes. Because your eyes always shows you what is. But vision always shows you what could be. Faith is the substance of things what you can hope for. And it's evidence of things that your eyes cannot see. Write this down. Sight restricts you to the present, but vision releases you to the uncharted frontiers of the future. Must be careful not to be so excited about its past, because your past can become your victim and you become a victim of it. The power of vision. Sight captures the present, but vision captures the future. And you were not born to live in the past and be stuck in the present, because sight deals with what is, but vision embraces what could be. And that is why vision is so important. God always wants you and I to live according to the vision in our hearts, not the sight in our eyes. The founder of World Vision told a story once, and I was so impressed with this story. He said that a little girl, 4 years old, went with her father and mother on a cruise. It was their holiday, big cruise ship. And they went on this cruise. As they left the dock, everybody went up on the deck to look at the beauty of the water and the beauty of the sky and all the ocean and everything. And after about an hour or so, the people were there talking about the beauty of everything. A little girl was on the deck. She couldn't see. Very small, of course, couldn't see over the rail. And she began to become irritated. She became very angry. She began to scream and cry out and pull on her father's trousers. And her father finally picked her up, put her on his shoulders. And she could finally see what everybody could see. And she was so overwhelmed by the ocean, the vastness. She had never seen the ocean with that perspective before. Little girl. And she was so overwhelmed by the sight, she began to scream, "Dad, look, Dad, look, look." And he said, "What?" She said, "Look." And she was pointing at the horizon, the ocean. And the father says, "What?" He said, "What do you see?" She said, "Look, Daddy, look." He said, "What?" She said, "I can see farther than my eyes can look." That day, a 4-year-old girl defined what vision is. Vision is the capacity to see farther than your eyes can look. Vision is the greatest source of hope. You were born to see beyond your eyes. And you know, when I get around people with wisdom, I learned a lesson a long time ago. You ask a lot of questions. You don't talk a lot. You ask questions. Because questions are the greatest way to be educated. Look down and be depressed. Look around and be oppressed. Look up and be at rest. Live according to your vision, son, not according to your eyes. See beyond your eyes. Leadership requires that you see beyond your eyes, as a church and as an individual. As a matter of fact, leadership is the impact of your pursuit of your vision that is more noble than your self-preservation. You have to find something to do that's more important than your own life preservation. The reason why most people don't make a difference in the world, because they're too busy trying to make a living. Self-preservation is what I call making a living. You work to earn a salary so you can take care of your life. And it was Jesus Christ who said, if a man saves his life, he shall lose it. But if a man will lose his life for the sake of the kingdom assignment, he shall gain life. That means they'll never be able to forget you. You were born to live in such a way that you don't need a tombstone. The reason why we need tombstones is because people live such mediocrity in their lives that if they were to die, we'd never know they were here. Visionary leadership is the ability to cause other people to see a vision of the future that's bigger than their private ambitions. Leadership, my son, is the capacity to make a vision everybody's vision. And that's why the average person does not make an impact in the world, because they're so consumed by their own private interests. They have no interest in the next generation. Do something important, not just something personal. Sometimes we live to pay off our mortgages rather than live to make a difference. I suggest to you that leadership motivates others to submit their energies and their resources and their skills to a corporate commitment to achieve a noble vision. Any vision that only benefits you is not from God. Any vision that improves humanity, advances your community, and improves other people is from God. So if your vision is to build a big house and have a nice car and a boat on the ocean, that's not from God. Why? That's personal ambition. Jesus said, I didn't come to be served, but to serve and give my life a ransom for who? Many. Your vision always improves the many. Leadership, therefore, is the power of influence through character impact. Write the word character down. Very important word we don't understand. I'll give you a quick definition of it. The word character is from a Hebrew word that means statue. It means fixed and predictable. When you have character, it means that somebody has beaten you into a shape. Somebody took a chisel. His name is God. And he beat you, and you thought he was killing you. But he was getting rid of things that were hiding your perfect image. If the image keeps moving, that's why God is running after you, beating you. You wouldn't stay one place long enough for him to give you character. The pressure you're going through right now in your life, don't move. Stand still and see the salvation of God. He's going to bring you through this. You're going to come out with more character. How can you tell me what the man is doing even though you can't see him? Because he has character. Character is proven when people can predict what you would do in your absence. Leaders have been beaten. That's why you're on your way to leadership. What you're going through is God's classroom to make you a great woman. Running from tribulation is the hardest way to have character. For you to develop vision in your life, you can understand where it comes from. Write this down. The source of vision is inspiration. But the source of inspiration is passion. The source of passion is purpose. Where does purpose come from? Well, the source of purpose is divine impartation. Where does that come from? The source of divine impartation is your reason for creation. In other words, God's motivation is your source of divine impartation. This is so important. See, your life was not created just for you to go to a job and pay bills. There's something God wanted done that made you necessary.